Alright, how's it going? Hopefully you're all able to hear me now. I have this set up a bit differently from how it usually works. How's this? I'm trying to make sure I'm centered as well as I can be. So if you're not hearing me now, that would be an issue. I should probably type that in chat just in case. Because if you're unable to hear me, you can hear me now. Great, thanks for telling me, Sharvion. Yeah, I was curious to see if I could get set up so the mic doesn't work when I'm on the, kind of pause screens, and if it will work when I'm actually in the game, so it works as intended. That is good to know. Oh, thank you very much, Bradley. I've never been really too sure if it's supposed to be buttery or not, but I guess that's a good thing. I'll take it as a compliment anyway. How are you doing? How you guys been lately? It's been a while since we did one of these streams. It's been a lot of time, actually. I've tried to do this for a few weeks in a row, and we've run into some various issues, but hopefully they're all settled now. I tried to stream last night, and I was very upset at YouTube for not working properly. I had some issues setting up the streaming settings, and I was on the verge of quitting and going to Twitch, but I give it one more shot tonight, and it looks like it's working for now, so that's good. You no longer have a good source of entertainment? Like, you mean you watched all the shows you needed to watch, all that kind of stuff, now you're looking for something new? I would recommend something, but I don't think we have very similar tastes. I think you're into a lot more anime and that kind of stuff than I am, so I wouldn't really know what to recommend you. No Pulse St. Peter, and it's definitely no Quentin Flynn, but it works. Yeah, I couldn't be a Quentin Flynn, and I'm not familiar with whoever Pulse St. Peter is. But let's see. I guess we'll watch this opening credit scene. Give everyone a few moments to come into the chat in case there's some stragglers, as there always tend to be. I know JP has been very excited. If you guys are on Discord, you probably know who JP is. But he's been very excited about watching on these streams for a while now. The only thing is, every night, he's all like, yeah, I can't wait for the stream to start, and then he never shows up. Although, to be fair, last time we had to end the stream early because of technical issues. But I think he ended up falling asleep anyway. Probably another rough day for him. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't really watch too much on YouTube now anyway. Like, occasionally I'll watch some videos from my friends, which are mostly the people you see on Discord. I'll watch some of their videos and see what they're doing. Mostly their streams nowadays. But, I don't know, there's not too much overall that I am into, I guess. And the Switch, yeah, that's pretty awesome. The Switch has so many games now. It's impressive. Okay, I see. I've never watched Naruto. Or Digimon either. I've seen Pokemon when it was first on, but that was a long time ago, so I probably haven't seen anything with the guy in it, if I had to be honest. Kingdom Hearts I've seen a little bit of, but I couldn't tell you who the antagonist is of the game. Oh. Let's see here. How's that looking? I'm looking at my OBS settings right now, because I forgot about balancing the game audio and my voice. I'm assuming it's working out alright, right? You guys would usually complain otherwise. You'd let me know what's going wrong. So I assume you guys can hear the game. It's not too loud, not too quiet. And if there's a problem, I'll adjust it as needed. Oh yeah, a keychain of Frankie from One Piece at K-Days in Edmonton. I have to say I'm not too sure what that is, Adam, but that does sound pretty cool. I mean, basically, no matter what, you have to appreciate getting something from a series you really like, even if I can't really relate to that particular thing. I know what it's like. That's cool getting some kind of, memorabilia or, some kind of souvenir to celebrate that kind of thing. And I've never seen, I assume you mean Inuyasha, and that's autocorrect screwing you over. I have heard of Inuyasha. I think I've seen some of their episodes, but I can't really tell you anything about it. I don't have any recollection. Unfortunately, when it comes to stuff like anime, I'm not very familiar with very much. Oh, I will point out, I have the PlayStation 4 controller. I have this hooked up to my computer. And I'm going to be trying to play the game as close as it is to the original experience on the PlayStation. So hopefully I don't control it too poorly, because now you'll know I have no excuse. Oh yeah, and I did hear about that, the Anime Studio Fire. I think we talked about it about a little bit last week, or the week before. I forget when it was. But whenever it first happened, I think I was streaming, and a few people talked about it. And that is pretty tragic. My thoughts go out to all the people who were affected by that, and I don't know how many it was, but I know quite a few people probably died. So, very tragic events. I guess we can move on from seeing that video. How we let that all play out. So let's get ready to begin the game itself. Now, I will tell you guys that this is a modded setup of Final Fantasy VII. I have some of the mods listed. You can probably tell from the outlay. I have a link you can go to see some of the mods I'm using. It's a bit complex to set everything up. I might add some instructions on how to get it working as best as you can, because it took me quite a few days of work getting this all set up, troubleshooting, all that stuff to make sure everything's working as best as it can. So I will go over that in the future if anyone's interested. But credits go to all those involved who made the mods and created everything you're about to see, because this is not just standard Final Fantasy VII, it is Final Fantasy VII modded, thanks to mostly the efforts of the qhimm community. I think pretty much everyone involved is from that one website, which I also have linked down below if you decide to check it out. So let's see, before we begin the game, let me just catch up with chat. You thought I was an advocate watcher of anime? Not really. I'm aware of some things. And when I was younger, I did watch a few shows. But, of course, because during that time was whatever, the late 90s, early 2000s, it was really only what was on at the time. It wasn't too much. It was Dragon Ball. Later on, you had Death Note. What was the other show? Cowboy Bebop, of course. That was one that I liked a lot. And a few other things, but not too much, really. So let's get this set up. Oh, there he is, JP, the man of the hour. I was just telling everyone in the chat how JP's always talking very excitedly about making these streams, and he's never here whenever they actually do begin. So, when the game actually does begin, because I know now we don't have music at this moment, so I would like you guys to let me know if the audio sounds pretty good once we get to the actual in-game audio, because it might be a little bit different. But until then, I'll let you listen to the wonderful cutscene that begins this game. And it should look a little different, but not very different. Oh no, we hear absolutely nothing, JP? Are you serious? Oh no. Of course. Well, of course it figures that there was no audio for this. I probably should have asked you guys. I thought you guys were able to hear the audio of the beginning cutscene. Well, if that's the case, maybe we'll play this back over again. So this was a false start, apparently. It's weird because I'm seeing it in the settings. It's showing the audio play in OBS when it's showing the little graphs of everything. But yeah, is it just JP or is everyone else not hear a single thing as well? Yeah, we're gonna have to restart everything. It's gonna be necessary. And I don't really know. I haven't really watched The Simpsons, so I don't know what his catchphrase is. I wonder if it's just... hold on. Well, the music's gonna cut out now either way. Let's see. Which, I mean, doesn't matter if you guys aren't hearing it anyway. I have window capture. Huh. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Let me look at volume mixer in Windows, because maybe that got changed somehow. No, this is the genuine PC version. Well, it's heavily modded, I will add. Let's see. Well, that sounds much louder now. How does that sound to you guys? Is that acceptable? I think it might be too loud now. I hope I didn't startle everyone. Did that make a big difference? It should cut off now. I don't know. I'm a little distracted. I can't answer all these questions about various TV shows. I'm trying to make sure we get everything working first. But if you can let me know if that the audio played there, that would be much appreciated. No. Definitely gonna lower that a bit. Let's see. Are you guys hearing this? I don't know if you are or not. I have to lower it myself, it's so loud. Okay, that's good. Alright then. I'm just gonna lower it a little bit more because I think it's pretty loud still. Hopefully that is more acceptable. And if not, I'm sure you guys will let me know further. Yeah, we definitely have to replay that. It's not going to be the same without seeing that. Oh, and I guess I'll answer the question now. I have seen some of Family Guy, but I'm not like an avid watcher of Family Guy. I saw it when it was first on, like the first time it was airing. But afterwards, I never really followed it, like when it came back on the air. You're forced to watch an ad about bread. Weird. Well, I mean, I guess Google's really, they're really desperate for ads. They'll run anything these days. Alright, so, let's pretend that never happened. So, hello everyone, we're about to begin Final Fantasy VII for the first time. There's totally not been any attempts to do this beforehand, and we're beginning for the very first time tonight. At this very moment. So, let's try that again. Alright, it's good to finally get that cutscene recorded properly. Now let's see how our protagonists go. And one of the first things I like to talk about whenever I begin a game is going over my first experiences with that. And since this is a stream, I'll ask you guys as well if you've ever played this game before, and if so, when was your first time playing it? So we have this character over here. Come on, newcomer, follow me. And I guess we could follow him. We can also get some potions for free. Oh yeah, guards come out to attack you, but our ally is so helpful, he just runs right past them at the moment. So when I first got this game, it was when it first came out. It was back in 1997, I believe. It was sometime during the fall. And I was heavily looking forward to the next Final Fantasy game because I had played 4 and 5 for the Super Nintendo. I first got introduced to the series from my cousin, who was a pretty big fan of the series. And that was before it really became big. This was the game where Final Fantasy in general really took off. So it was kind of cool to get into the series ahead of time by playing the early games for the SNES. And, okay. I don't know if we could go further or not. And I will say before I get too long-winded into the story, that we are using a few mods here which alter the backgrounds. They make them either higher res, or some of them redo the backgrounds entirely from new models that they create. So we have a guy in here named Biggs. Now for whatever reason, I don't know exactly if it's maybe more of a translation thing with the translation team, but they always had like a Biggs and Wedge in Final Fantasy, as in the Biggs and Wedge from Star Wars. So there's either someone in the translation team that's a big fan, or maybe they included that in the original Japanese version and one of them was a big fan of Star Wars, but someone was. Wow, you're from Soldier, alright. It's hard to believe that one of theirs has joined a group like Avalanche. Soldier? But they're the enemy. What's he doing with us? No, Jesse, he's not with them anymore. He quit Shinra. I didn't catch your name. Well, we're gonna stick with the default names. In fact, I think we pretty much have to. To do so would be sacrilege if we were to name him Cloud. Cloud, eh? And Cloud is pretty emo. He doesn't care what anyone's name is. Once he does his job, he's out of here. The hell you all doing? I told you, never move in a group. Our target's Maker Reactor 1. We'll meet at the bridge in front. I should have named him my dude. Why would I do that, JP? There actually is a second reason, and I didn't mention it, but I'll mention it now. I actually cannot rename the characters, because one of the mods, for whatever reason, they have a setup where you have to use the default names, because I think it changes the text box sizes so that it uses less space, and for that it needs to use the default names, which is kind of an interesting little fact. On that topic, I also have something which changes the script. The original script of Final Fantasy VII was a bit of a mess, to say the least. There are a few instances in particular which have become famous for how bad they were. But this updates the script to be a lot more closer to the original intent, I believe. There are a few things which are a little weird, and you might notice them later. I'm not going to mention them now, but we'll see later on. And this character, Barrett, we're going to keep his name as the same as well. You can run by holding circle with the directions. Keep up. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Another thing about that, we don't have to hold circle to run. There's a mod to change that as well, because you do not want to be holding circle the entire game. That would just be silly. In this case, circle actually makes us walk if you were to press that. As so. And we'll just ignore everyone, because I'm pretty sure they don't have dialogue anyway. Yeah, one of the examples of the scenes which have been completely recreated is this battle scene right here. In the original game, it's a very simplistic background. This has been updated with a completely new model. And sometimes you could see, like, there'll be little names on the backgrounds themselves to tell you who made them. I didn't see one in that background. Alright, let's move on over here. So now we're entering the reactor proper. Ooh, the reactor. Yeah, so right now we're heading to a reactor. And with Final Fantasy VII, this is a very well-known game. I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with it. Even if you haven't played it yourself, you're probably somewhat familiar with the game and the story. But I'm going to avoid talking about the story and what happens later on, because not everyone may have played this game, and people might watch this playthrough later on that haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to try to avoid getting the spoilers for later on in the game. I'm sure everyone has some very strong opinions about things that happen in the game, and they'd be eager to talk about them, but I'm not going to get too much into that. Instead, I guess I'll go back to what I was talking about earlier. So, there's something I have to change now that I'm thinking about it. And I'm going to change that in just 1 second. So, I got this game back in 1997, and I played the game pretty much non-stop until I got through it. Now, since I was a kid then, and obviously you can't spend all your time playing games, and I certainly wasn't allowed to spend every single hour playing games, I did probably spend like a couple of months going through this, because it's a longer game overall. Yeah, we want to be on active, and we want to set the battle speed to fast. That way, we can get through the fights as quickly as possible. I leave the messages alone, because I don't know if they, sometimes the auto advance, you might miss stuff. So I'm going to try to avoid bumping the mic too, when possible. Yeah, spoilers, Tifa's boobs are bigger here than in the remake. That is true. And Danganronpa execution was the most brutal? I don't even know. I have to think about that. Actually, I'd probably go back to Leon's. I felt like Leon's was the most brutal because it was realistic. And it seemed the most natural that would take place in a game like that. After Leon's, I felt like they got kind of over the top very quickly. But let's not get into a full discussion on Danganronpa. Yo, this is your first time in a reactor? And Cloud's like, of course not. That's the Shinra company, remember? I always love the little animations they do, little shrugs and hand twirls and whatnot they do. The planet's full of Mako energy. People use it every day. But they ain't got no clue what it is. How about you? Alright, I'll tell ya. Mako's the lifeblood of our planet, but Shinra's using all this weird crap around here to suck it dry. Oh, spare me the speeches. Let's just do this, okay? Right, you're with me from now on. So you talk to these guys, because they have the keys to decipher this. And what's funny is they took out the dialogue in the retranslation that I'm using. I guess it's to make it a little bit easier so you don't have to waste your time reading them saying code deciphered, or whatever it is they originally said. Of course you're going to want to try to get as many items as you can, especially because you don't start with much, I believe. Other than that Phoenix Sound, we found 2 potions. I guess you start with 5 potions and an ether, and whatever you find. Alright. Got an elevator over here. So Final Fantasy VII, it was exciting to play a Final Fantasy game that was in this new style, because this was the first one to move to the PlayStation. You had these pre-rendered backgrounds, the 3D models, although at the time the 3D models weren't as well done as they are in this mod. The reactors are slowly draining away the planet's life, and one day that'll be that. Sorry, but I'm not interested. And no, I'm not going to do like crazy voices for all these characters here, because there's no way I could match what Barrett's supposed to sound like. Don't you get it, Cloud? The planet's gonna die. I just want to get this job done before the robo-guards arrive. Yeah, the robo-guards. Those are obviously the worst thing. Barrett gets annoyed, but obviously it's not that annoying. It just goes back inside our body shortly after. Alright, let's just get out of here. So obviously with a Final Fantasy game like this, we have random battles we have every now and then. I believe they can be toned down a bit using some of the utilities and mods that are available, but I just use the standard set. I didn't want to mess around too much with changing the difficulty, because I didn't know how that would affect things later on. Like if you get to do less fights in the game, does that mean you're going to be under-leveled later? I don't know. So I didn't want to worry about all that, so I kept things pretty much standard. I think there are some slight differences to difficulty, but I don't think it's too much. And I don't really know anything about the new Little Mermaid movie. I don't really follow Disney remakes. I don't have any time for that, to be perfectly honest. The Disney remakes, I guess they're for some audience, but clearly they're not for me. Press X in front of a ladder to grab onto it, then use up or down. Yeah, pretty simple. Now what's funny is you have to pretty much use the joypad on this. I showed it off before, but I'll show it again. I'm using the PS4 controller hooked up to the PC. And you can't use the D-pad for some reason. You can only use the joystick, which is kind of annoying. But, oh well, we'll make do with it. And yeah, same thing. Thanks for the advice. Okay, now I keep getting distracted because there's so many different things to talk about, especially in the beginning. Oh, you gotta see here, right where Cloud is, there's text that says, I don't really know how to pronounce it. Giuseppe, I'll say. That's the name of the guy who created this field. So like I said, every now and then they'll stick their names in there as a little Easter egg, so you know who made it. Of course you get a random battle. Should probably use Thunder against the, I already forget what its name is. I guess it's the Roboguard? Oh, he dodged. How nice of him. Let's try to take this guy out. It's gonna be annoying. I feel like he's gonna have more health. Oh, Thunder. There we go. Blackbeard should appear in Final Fantasy. Should he now? I mean, Final Fantasy has a lot of weird stuff in it to begin with. It wouldn't be the most out of place, I'd believe. Like, they actually do have a lot of things from other stories and lore and, you know, little things throughout history. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did do something like that. Okay, now we have our first save point coming up. Like a lot of these Final Fantasy games in the beginning, you couldn't just save wherever you wanted. Usually you can save anywhere in the overworld, but in dungeons like this, you have save points, and this is when you get your chance to save. And it usually means something is coming up. And I can save over all this because it's not going to matter. And yeah, something will be coming up. Slight spoilers. I said I was going to avoid that, didn't I? Ah, here we go. You obtain some restoring materia. Now, materia is going to be a big part of this game, but for now you can't actually equip it, which is pretty strange that they give it to you and you can't even use it for now. But we will get something later on, and I'll be in that spot. So let's see here. When we blow this place, there ain't going to be nothing left but a pile of rubble. Go on, set the bomb. Shouldn't you do this? I'll watch, just don't screw up. Whatever. You gotta love how much Cloud doesn't care in the beginning of this game. Wake up! This is more than a reactor. Yeah, more than a reactor. Is it? Huh? I said, what is it? Come on, hurry it up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it seems like Cloud is kind of hearing things and having weird little breaks from reality. Wonder what that could be about. I'm sure it won't come in importance later. This one's the real deal. Alright, let's deal with it. Sure, why not? I mean, they have everything else in Smash Brothers, so why wouldn't Mondo fit in? I guess I can't argue with that. Alright, so we have our first boss of Final Fantasy VII. Now, if you've played Final Fantasy VI, this boss should be very familiar. Although the design of it is incredibly different, in Final Fantasy VI you fight a giant snail. This guy's... oh, I thought I put it on memory, but I guess I didn't. Oh well. I guess I'll have to deal with that later on. Yeah, you can set this to memory so it remembers what your option was, but it looks like I probably messed that up. I didn't select the thing I wanted to. Oh well. I'll worry about it after the battle. So, what was I saying? Oh yes, there's a Final Fantasy VI battle. It's very similar to this one, in that after a few rounds of fighting him, you're going to want to take a little bit of a break, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second here. Alright, let's hope I don't get punished for that. I'm going to move to defend right now, and there'll be a reason for that soon enough. I believe. Yeah, okay, perfect. So, right now, he's gotten to this position. Actually, you get Cloud ready to attack. And actually, he explains it for you. So, when he's in this position, he'll counterattack. There's a part with a snail in Final Fantasy VI, and he does the same thing. He'll retreat into his shell, and he can't attack, otherwise he'll counterattack. It's kind of funny that the same mechanic for both battles. And once you see the animation, you can start attacking, so he's bringing down his snail. We should be able to finish him up without much trouble, I think. Although Cloud's kind of low in health. Probably because I don't have it in the proper setting. If we had memory, we could get these commands off a little bit quicker. Oh, let's see here. Is Exdeath a good guy or a bad guy in Final Fantasy? I would say with a name like Exdeath, he's probably a bad guy. I'm trying to remember which one he's from. Is that Final Fantasy V? I think it might be. And it's been a while since I played it, but... oh, is this gonna kill Cloud? Almost. Alright, that was pretty close. But he should be dead after this. Yeah, there we go. I think he's the final boss of Final Fantasy V, but correct me if I'm wrong. Because like I said, it's been a while since I played Final Fantasy V. And actually... No, I did play Final Fantasy V, right? That's the one that came with Final Fantasy Anthology or Chronicles, whatever it was, for the PlayStation. The alarm. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. But before we do that, we should probably heal up a little bit. Yeah, 5 minutes of detonation. We got plenty of time. First of all, we have to equip Barret with the new weapon. Give Cloud a little bit of healing. Just why not? We'll get plenty of potions later on in the game. And I wanted to change this to... where is it? There we go, previous. That's the setting I want. Alright. Oh wow, I didn't know it wasted time inside the menu. Well, hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see. Let's not even bother saving. Wasn't Final Fantasy V originally sold as Final Fantasy III? I don't believe so. I think what you're thinking of, JP, is that Final Fantasy... Let's see. Final Fantasy I is Final Fantasy I. Then they didn't release Final Fantasy II or III. Then Final Fantasy IV became Final Fantasy II in the US. And then finally, Final Fantasy VI became Final Fantasy III in the US. And 5 was just 5 and never was released in the US until they started releasing them all for the PlayStation. If I remember correctly, which it's been some time. I might want to just run away from these battles. I feel like we're actually getting a kind of higher encounter rate than I usually do. Yeah, you know what? Screw this. I'm not going to mess with this guy because I think it takes multiple hits to kill. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. The early Final Fantasy game numbering system. I remember reading about it in magazines at the time because I was quite a nerd back then, and I read a lot of video game magazines. So I always knew that they had these additional Final Fantasy games, and that you could play them, because I think even then they had translated versions that you could possibly find out there. But, wow, we're right up her ass. But I never really did. Until they actually came up with a PlayStation. You got a pin of a guy from Guns N' Roses. What, like Axl Rose? Or Slash? Or who else would you get besides those two? I forget who the others are. That's pretty cool, though. Did you actually get it from them? Or did you, like, just get it at, like, a concert or whatever, and they're giving them away? There we go. I figured this wouldn't be too hard to kill these guys. Yeah, we do lose time no matter what. I think they actually reduced the time limit for this section with the mods that I'm using. So I think it's usually 10 minutes. And we got like 5 instead. It's not too bad. You don't actually have to go that far. 5 minutes is plenty of time, actually. This is the end right here, right? Yeah. Here we go. Practically out of here already. From the Art Walk in Ludok. Oh, okay. That's cool. And let's evacuate, quickly. Back then. Well, it was back then. When was it? This game was 1997. Final Fantasy VI was probably... I thought the game froze for a second there. It's the transition to the cutscene. Final Fantasy VI was a few years earlier at least. Like, that had to be 1994 or earlier, right? It took a while for them to make Final Fantasy VII. Because they had to transition to the new generation of systems. And originally they were going to make the N64 game. Then that got canceled and they ended up making it for the PlayStation. I should keep the planet going for a little longer. So yeah, Final Fantasy III had to be like 1993 or 1994. So then any of those games would have been from before that even. Yeah. Done. Now stand clear. I'm trying to think what the names are of those magazines I used to read back then. Most of them are out of business now, or like they're all owned by like one company. Like GameStop or whatever. Alright, let's head back. Rendezvous at Sector 8 station. Split up and board the train. Hey, wait a minute. If it's about the money, leave it for the hideout. Yeah, our friend Cloud here, he's a little preoccupied with the money. That's all he's into. Yeah, right now we're in Sector 8. And you can enjoy that nice fire sound effect, which is very realistic sounding. Let's get out of the screen here. I don't even know what that is, man. Ah. Hey, look at these douchebag twins, which are knocking the poor little Aerith over there. It's funny, but they do reuse the same models for a lot of these games, as they did back then. Yeah, I think we want to talk to her, so let's go with this option. Don't worry about it. Hey. It's not every day you see flowers. Oh, these. You like them? They're only a gill each. Yeah, and this is when they moved to using gill in Final Fantasy games, although they started going back and forth after this. I think for the first couple of games, it stayed consistent. It was always GP for, like, gold pieces, I assume it was. Thank you. Here you go. But for whatever reason, they started moving to other names like Gil. I have no idea what Gil is supposed to be. It's such a weird name. But it's what they started using. Here we see an advertisement for Warning. Yeah, the Green Day album, which came out around the same time, of course. It was probably a few years later, actually. This takes us back to where we were before. And if we want to actually go the correct way... Actually, are there any secrets? I never really looked around the screen before, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there actually is anything hidden. Let's just get a move on then. We don't want to waste too much time. Here we go again, these stupid twins. Actually, there's 4 of them now. Oh my god. They're multiplying. It's crazy. Sucks to this punk girl. What the hell just happened? I don't know. Some chaos that I was clearly not involved in. Obtained a potion. Suck to this fellow. Huh, what's this on the wall? Let's see. Don't be fooled by Shinra. Mako energy won't last forever. Mako's the life of the planet, and someday it will come to an end. Saviors of the planet, Avalanche. Sometimes they have additional dialogue, but a lot of times the characters will only have one line. Kind of varies between game to game, whether or not they'll have additional dialogue. I guess this game doesn't really have that much. They're breeding, kill it with fire, says Bradley. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Hey, you. Shinra soldiers, eh? They're not worth it. You can fight these guys, and I think you automatically fight them if you take too much time. But there really is no real reason to fight these guys yet. So just ignore them. And once they got you surrounded, oh no, what's gonna happen? Actually, this is quite funny. Sorry, but I don't have time to mess around with you guys. That's enough of your lips. And yeah, we go to this cutscene, it goes back to the old chibi Cloud model. Because for whatever reason, a lot of times in the cutscenes, they will use more realistic models, because that's what they made them with at the time. But every now and then there is a cutscene which actually uses the chibi models for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's what they went with. Looks like Cloud didn't make it. Poor Cloud. You think they got him? Don't bet on it. That guy wouldn't let anything get in the way of his goddamn cash. Cloud. Oh, Jesse. What's that? So you think he'll carry on fighting for us? The hell would I know? Do I look like a mind reader? It's because you screw-ups that I hired that jackass in the first place. Oh yeah, Barrett, about our pay. Yeah, now is definitely not the time to talk about that, Wedge. And they all sigh. Cloud. Yeah, Jessie is... Just from, like, the very beginning, she is so into him. It's weird. I don't think I noticed that the first time I played. I don't know if it has to do with the translation or something. Late for appointment? You're damn right you're late. Come waltzing in here making a big scene? Not really. Just what I always do. Huh. Jerk! Getting everyone worried. Don't care about no one but yourself. Oh, you were worried about me? What? Ha, that's coming out of your hair, hotshot. Yo, people. We're moving on. Follow me. Alright. And they all hop over this little... I don't know, whatever the hell it's supposed to be. Very comically. Heh Cloud, let's keep this up for the next mission. Yeah, we'll do. Careful, I'll shut this. Yeah, Jessie's just so into us, she even shuts the door, in case, for whatever reason, like we might just jump out on our own. Well, thanks. Eek, Cloud, your face, it's pitch black. There you go. Thanks for the cleanup, Mom. Hey, thanks for saving me back there at the reactor. I feel like Cloud should really just shrug there after that scene. So we do meet these characters in the beginning. We got Biggs, Wedge, Jesse, and of course Barrett, leader of this brigade. And you already get kind of a feel for what, like, each of the personalities of the characters. Wedge is kind of this cowardly little fellow, which we'll see more of in upcoming scenes. Jesse is the girl who's somewhat into us, and somewhat might be a bit of an understatement. And Biggs, well, he's kind of like the, I guess like the spunky sidekick of the group. He has a lot of talk, but not really too much else so far. This is the last train departing from Sector 8. Our last stop is Sector 7, Train Graveyard. Oh, that's a promising name, the Train Graveyard. Expected time of arrival is 0:23 Midgard time. And yeah, I guess they use military time. I don't know why she enters the aisle so suspiciously. I guess they all are. Like, what is that poser supposed to be doing? Looks like it's supposed to be holding a gun or something. This is why I hate the last train. Oh boy. Yeah, way to not be suspicious at all, guys. Huh? Oh, this is my home, so please make yourself feel comfortable. Oh, how nice of you. I guess we'll make ourselves at home then. Can I talk to this guy? You see the headlines in the Shinra Times? Apparently, the terrorists that bombed Reactor 1 are hiding out somewhere in the slums. Imagine bombing a reactor. They must have a real calculating leader. I wonder where they'll strike next. Yeah, a calculating leader. I'm not too sure about that. But it is pretty funny how apparently it's already in the newspaper when it literally just happened. We just got back from doing it. So how did they print out a newspaper so quickly? Oh. Please, you'll bother the other passengers. We wouldn't want to do that now. Looks like the train still hasn't switched over to the emergency security system. It'll be a different story tomorrow. That was tiring. Let me sleep to the station. Alright, I guess we'll let the guy get some rest. Yeah, the modern technology of 1997. Of course. I'm gonna be famous thanks to Avalanche. Sure. Famous, that's definitely the word for it. More like infamous, if anything. Don't you think I've got a bright future ahead of me? Yeah, what do you mean by that exactly? In what way? All my life, I've been nothing but a sidekick. But by joining Avalanche and saving the planet, even a guy like me can make a difference. We'll see about that. See if we can talk to Jesse here. Hey Cloud, wanna look at this with me? It's a display of the Midgard train route. It'll be fun to watch it together. I'll explain it to you. What's this, JP? Are you posting spoilers? You print full newspapers in seconds. I'm gonna get shot by the Turks. How dare you? I don't want to get shot by the Turks. That's not a welcome thing. I'm into this kind of thing. Bombs, monitors, you know, high-tech stuff. Yeah, they're totally the same thing. Okay, it's about to start. Well, I'm glad you're still impressed by the simple stuff like video presentations. This is a wireframe model of the Mako city, Midgar. It's around a 1 to 10,000 scale. The top plate is about 50 meters above ground. A huge pillar supports the plate in the center, and there are smaller ones for each sector. It's not a spoiler, it's a wish. I hope you mean the characters in the game and not me personally, JP. Because what the hell, man? What the hell? Smaller pillars are known as mechanical towers. We destroyed Reactor 1 on the northern edge. Don't... Yeah, I mean, you should be whispering it, but I'm not sure you should be talking about this at all. Like, it's a bit of an unnecessary risk to just be talking openly about this, even if it is a whisper. They're numbered in order, 2, 3, all the way up to number 8. The Mako reactors help provide electricity to Midgar. Yeah, that's a pretty cool pin, man. I agree. Each sector had a name once, but no one in Midgar remembers them. Today we just use numbers. That's just the kind of place this is. Phew. Next time we have this, take a look. What? Oh, I guess there's still more. It kind of looks like the same damn thing. Oh, Here we go, we're seeing a route. The track spirals around the central pillar. Right now, we're about halfway. Each transit point has an ID check area. It scans information from all the passengers. Then cross-checks that data with the host computer at the Shinra building. Hey, I mean, that's the kind of stuff they have now with those Metro cards with heavier IDs in them. I know they have that in, like, China and places like that already. We definitely look suspicious when we're using fake IDs, of course. Alright then, speak of the devil. That light means we're passing through an ID check area. When the lights go off, you never know what kind of creeps will come out. Ugh. Well, enough about that. We're almost home now. What a relief. Thankfully, there's not too many people on board this train besides us. Oh, not again. I'll bother the other passengers. No. Yeah, so they're sleeping and all that. I'm seeing stars. This sucks, I hate the dark. Yeah, he's a big baby, like I said. Who's the guy with the guitar and Guns N' Roses? I'm assuming you're meaning Slash. They might have multiple guitarists, but Slash would definitely be the most well-known of the group. Look, you can see the surface now, but our city is no day or night. If only that damn plate weren't there, we'd be looking at the sky. You got a little cutscene of this? I forget. A city that floats in the sky. Pretty unsettling scenery. Huh? Never expected to hear that out of you. You're just full of surprises. The world above, a city on a plate. It's because of that rotten pizza the people below are suffering. Yeah. And the world below is a cesspool of polluted air. On top of that, Mako reactors keep pumping out their energy. Thanks to them, the land's completely barren. Nothing's being done to clean that air anymore. Why doesn't everyone just move on up above? If it was only that simple, Cloud. If it was only that simple. Don't know. Probably got no money. Or maybe because they love their land no matter how polluted it gets. Yeah, I understand. No one lives in the slums because they enjoy it there. Then why did you say that in the first place, Cloud? Like, why did you say that in the first place? Why don't they just move on to the top? If you already understood that. I don't know. That's kind of a weird thing he says during this part of the game. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, even in the retranslation. They're like this train. You can only run where the track's been laid. There we go. I knew there's a cutscene somewhere. Yeah, if you say so. Again, I know absolutely nothing about what you're saying. Are you enjoying the dialogue too much, JP? Really? Come on, man. You just gotta love how he's like, oh, why doesn't everyone move on to the top? And then Barrett's just like, because they don't have any money, dumbass. And Cloud's like, oh yeah, I already knew that, because they don't have a choice. Then what was the point in asking any of that? So strange. Alright. Well, we can do a little bit more dialogue here. Hey, get over here, all of ya. Well, let's talk to the train guy. When you've been a train attendant as long as I have, you've seen a lot of people in a lot of situations. People meeting, parting, joy, sadness. After a while, it doesn't even get to you anymore. I wonder how long it's been now. You end up laying an invisible rail between yourself and the passengers, so you don't get caught up in their lives. Me? I'm just a train attendant, plain and simple. It's easier this way. Anything else? Still, there have been times when my heart came to the railroad crossing. Back during the war, I remember a lot of harrowing scenes. But that's a story for another day. Okay, Forrest Gump. First train departs at 5:04. Okay. So, it's funny, you do get little lines of dialogue like this. Even though JP is criticizing the dialogue, and there are some moments where it's a bit weird and unnecessary like that, there are a lot of little things which get brought up later. That kind of scene over there, we actually will see brought up again at some point. And it's interesting. It's a little teaser of what's to come, and if you played the game already, you get a little hint of it. That mission was a success, but don't get careless. The big one's still to come, no getting cold feet. Because the next one's really gonna wake him up. Yeah, I mean, I will say that's true, JP. That part there definitely earned some rockery. Meet back at the hideout. Move out. It's like they wanted to have Cloud naive for that one moment to provoke the conversation, but then they also didn't want him to be naive. They wanted him to be like more grizzled and like world weary, I guess. But it didn't make a lot of sense during that scene, did it? I'm not letting you go home tonight. Oh. How about we take it easy somewhere? Oh. But there's only the train graveyard around here, and they say it's haunted. Damn. What? Is that it? Yeah, now they repeat themselves. Yeah, so these people are definitely talking about just like sneaking off somewhere to do something. But it sounds like the only place we could go is the graveyard, and yes, there are enemies there. Sax music. Oh, that actually reminds me. So, the entire soundtrack of the game has been reworked. There are actually like a couple of different options you could pick for the soundtrack. There's orchestral, there's a remix just using, I guess, more advanced MIDI music, and there is the original. I decided to go with the orchestral version because it's something different, and it's pretty nice. You could stand here for a minute and wonder what the hell this guy is supposed to be doing. And this is something I'll let you come to your own conclusion about what he may be doing here. Because I'm not going to say it. It's going to get me demonetized. Hey! What the hell are you doing? Put out, jeez! Oh, you came to see it too. I hear there's a terrorist attack above. Makes you think. If this tower ever came down, the slums would be dust. Yeah, that would be awful now, wouldn't it? If that were to ever happen. Well, no use worrying about it, right? Is there? Check it out. Isn't this awesome no matter how many times you look up? Sure, if you say so. Yeah, clearly they were sneaking off to share recipes. That must be what it was all about. I believe so, JP. Don't lie, JP, you had to think the same thing. I will say though, when I was a kid, I probably didn't really know anything about it, but... well... this place is kinda special to me. It's my place, but come here when... wait, don't do that right in front of me. What the hell are you doing, dude? No, stop. Oh my god, this guy is so disturbing. But come here whenever. Take care, bro. Yeah, thanks. Please never talk to me again. Yo, Cloud, over here. And, yeah, Barrett's over there, rushing us along. We actually have a chance to save here, and I'm gonna save whenever I get the opportunity in case anything crashes. We are using a modified version of the game, so things could go haywire at any moment. For now, though, it's working fine. Yeah, that character, I don't know what his deal is. Got some more people to talk to down here. What the hell are you looking at? You got any idea who I am? Up ahead is off limits. I had the miserable job of chasing off bums like you, so get lost. Wow, you're great. Damn straight, just get to the point. But, I'm sorry, no entry from here on. Was that okay, sir? You gotta be more assertive. But, yeah, we got the good cop, bad cop right there. And yeah, Barrett just walks into a building and starts shooting the people up. And that's apparently a normal occurrence around here, for whatever reason. Now, if you actually hurry up and run over here quickly, you can talk to Barrett, and he has some additional dialogue. Want to see your childhood friend that bad, huh? Childhood friend? No good playing dumb with me. Alright, Barrett, whatever you say. Did you hear? No what? A newsflash has just come in. There's been a terrorist attack up above. And guess what? It was a Mako reactor. You know what this means? No, what? You see, I keep on top of things like this, and it stands to reason. When the power's knocked out, computers, traffic lights, and so on are going to be knocked out as well. Oh man, it's like Y2K all over again. There must have been about, easily 1 billion gil worth of damage. And that ain't all. I reckon a lot of innocent bystanders lost their lives. If the explosion had been in the middle of the night, well, at least they could have gone in their sleep. Damn. Really makes you wonder about what we're doing when I put it like that. Whoosh, boom! Avalanche is so cool! I think they just say the same thing, so let's not bother reading through all that again. We're not having any visitors, go away! Yeah, I could tell, Adam, that you have strong feelings about that. I've never really thought about it, to be honest. That sounds like kind of a bizarre thing. Oh, come on. What the hell's going on tonight? It's been weird ever since that long blackout earlier. Where it was caused by some terrorists bombing a reactor up above. I was having a quiet beer and watching the news. Next thing I know, I'm getting thrown out. It really pissed me off. I hadn't finished my drink. Didn't even get a chance to pay for it. Well, I mean, that's convenient for you. At least you didn't have to pay for it. If you didn't finish the thing, still a free drink, or at least half a free drink wherever you had. Wow, I'm blitzed. I can't get enough of those homemade cocktails, but they sure do creep up on you. Okay, Johnny, whatever you say, man. And yeah, that character is named Johnny. We will find out later on. And you see him, he's kind of like a reoccurring character. It's not really a big deal for the game, but you see him a few times. We're closed for today. Please stop by again tomorrow. Yeah, most places are pretty much closed. I guess it's supposed to be late at night. Or maybe it's because of the attack. Hey, who the hell are you? Ah, you want to talk? A newbie? Yeah, what of it? So what? Everyone's gotta start somewhere. I didn't mean to brag, newbie. Tell you what, seeing how I'm such a warm-hearted guy, I'll show you the ropes. Come back this way tomorrow, when you're in a better mood. I gotta set up some stuff first. Yeah, that guy does have some stuff first, I believe. I forget what he sells us. Damn, man. Your face looks like a chocobo's ass. You tired, Pops? That was an interesting change of dialogue. Well, you can rest up on the 3rd floor if you like. It's just one condition. You cough up some dough. We don't really need to rest right now, I believe. What a cheapskate. Let's talk to this guy if we can. Hey you. Let's see you walk out of here without buying something. That'd be unfortunate, Pilgrim, if you catch my drift. Yeah, we have some stuff here. I don't know if we want to buy it just yet. Thinking. Well, we don't own any of it. Guess we may as well. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold off for now, because we might get better stuff at the other store that's right next door but closed for now. We'll see. Because we come back here later on anyway. We're gonna be in this town for a little bit. Can we do anything up here for now? Just who are you? Outsiders aren't allowed up here. Well, since today's special, I'm gonna let you in on something. But you gotta keep it to yourself. You heard what happens? What? Everyone's in a buzz about this terrorist group called Avalanche, who bombed Reactor 1. Apparently Avalanche made a statement saying that they're opposed to Shinra, but rumor has it they're just out to kill as many people as they can. Yeah, it's funny, everyone seems to have a different opinion about this. It's kind of interesting that they have that in a game like this. A bit more realistic that way. But you wouldn't necessarily expect it in an early RPG like this, given how old it is. You see, it's like this. As long as they're up there causing trouble, weapons stores like us will make a fortune. I can't wait to get rid of this mountain of stock. I welcome the chaos with open arms. I feel like there's another character who says that in another game. I forget what it is though. I can't really tell what your icon is exactly because it's kind of tiny in the chat. I'll take a look at it later. I'll let you know what it is and if I think it's pretty cool or not. Can we talk to these guys at all? I guess not yet. Just gonna come over here. Bet you can't guess what my job is. Are you trading this dog? Are you bait? What the hell are you, man? I don't know. Come back tomorrow and find out. Thing is, it's kind of hard to get honest work here in the slums. I wish we could go to the city above. Oh, we walked in the same place. Yeah. Sometimes you have to be a little bit more careful about walking around this game. The controls aren't the most modern. This is the slums, so don't expect to stay for free. Oh, I guess we don't have anything up here. What'll it be? Yeah, no thanks, man. You're just kidding, look around. Man, you're stubborn. When you can rest, rest. When you can save, save. That's a lot of slums. Better remember that, old-timer. Old-timer. Got a little Moogle here. Got a nice pin-up up there, it looks like. This is definitely one room where you can tell it's been remodeled, and it's a lot more updated as to what it used to look like. A lot more high res. Pretty cool. So I still don't want to go into our menu, because we can customize our characters, but we don't really have anything yet. After we do some shopping, we'll be able to do that, but I'm going to wait till the next day, because the store that we need to go to is closed, and I know we need to get at least some stuff from there, so I don't want to waste money at this point. I guess we may as well go inside. That's everything, right? I think so. Hey, what's going on, Onyx? Onyx Kitty? Alright, go on. Anything else to say, Barrett? I think he gets annoyed with you if you don't go in right away. Maybe not. Oh, no, there we go. Yo, Cloud, get off your slow-moving ass. Gotcha, Barrett. Anyway, I hope you're doing well tonight. We're just playing a little bit of Final Fantasy. Daddy? Yeah, that's not your daddy, Marlene. As you could tell, she quickly retreats. Well, if it isn't little Marlene, are you going to say hello to Cloud? I'm going to take that as a no. Let's just try to look from behind. Welcome back, Cloud. Looks like the mission went well. Did you argue with Barrett? We had some pretty lively debates. Yeah, sure, who's kidding? I might have known. That's typical of Barrett. And when you were little, you got into fights like that at the drop of a hat. I was kind of worried. Really? Our childhood friend, huh? Oh? Flowers are so rare these days. They hardly ever grow in the slums. But someone gave you a flower? Oh, I get it. It's not what you think. Now, of course, here we begin our introduction to Tifa. And of course, also introduction to the great love triangle, which would anger many a obsessed fan of Final Fantasy games for years and years to come. I will say personally, just now, I was always a fan of Tifa, ever since the beginning. So I'm going to give this to Tifa. To clarify, Marlene is not the other part of the love triangle. It is not that kind of a game, thankfully. The other part of the love triangle would, of course, be Aerith. So, actually of interest though, if you do give the flower to Marlene, I think that gives you romance points with Barrett, interestingly enough. So you can eventually get a scene with Barrett if you were to really go hard with that. Thanks, Cloud, it smells wonderful. Maybe I should fill this whole bar with flowers. Alright. I think if you give the flower to Marlene, she might say something more to you. I kind of forget. Sorry, Cloud, it looks like Marlene's a little shy. Ah, nothing like a first drink after a job. How about you, Cloud? Care for a drink? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, if we're playing it more realistic to what Cloud would say, he probably wouldn't have a drink with him, because so far what we've seen of Cloud is, he's not very sociable. That's more like it. Even if you were with Soldier, you're still a rookie here, and rookies do what their superiors say, and he certainly wouldn't like being told that. And let's see if he says anything else. And you keep this a secret from Barrett. I don't know what he means by that, keep a secret from Barrett. I guess that he's... No, I think they're all pretty much drinking at this time, so I have no idea what he's talking about. Oh, Cloud. Tifa really knows how to cook. Anyway, I want to tell you something. Tifa always lets me taste her cooking. And look at me now, I'm roly-poly. Don't know whether I should be happy or sad, but it's good food and drink, and that's what puts this place on the map. Anything else to say there? I can't even talk to him after that. Interesting. Or we're just not talking from the right angle here. I'm sure Jessie has something to say, right? There we go. Oopsie, I feel all excited. I wonder why. I don't know. Jessie is like a little bit too awkward for my taste, especially in this beginning here. Like, what the hell is that? Oopsie, I'm a little bit excited. Alright, you don't have to share everything you feel, Jessie. Guess that's all we got for now over here. So let's just head out the door. And of course Barrett comes barreling in. Daddy, you're home! Yeah, there you go. Hi, Barrett. Yo. Guys, we're starting the meeting. Love, Death, and Robots. I have to say I've never even heard of what Love, Death, and Robots is. Other than the fact that it's a Netflix show, apparently. So there's a couple little things you could do here. One, we'll have a drink with Tifa at the bar. I believe this gets you some of the romance points, which becomes a factor later on. How about something to drink? Yeah, make it a strong one. Just a second, it'll be ready in no time. No, I'm relieved that you made it back safely. What's with you all of a sudden? That job was nothing. I guess not. You're a soldier. Get your money from Barrett, okay? Don't worry, once I've been paid, I'm gone. Yeah, that's a nice thing to say to your friend Cloud. Hey Cloud, how do you feel? Same as always, I guess. Why do you ask? It's nothing. You look a bit tired, that's all. You'd better go below. Now, you can go below to advance the game, but one thing you can do, which I didn't realize until I think much later on when I played this game, is you can actually just go outside. Boondocks? No, I haven't seen it, but I have seen clips from it. Cloud is my spirit animal. Cloud is pretty awesome. I like how this kid's running in place and I talk to him that way. All clear, right? Now I'm a spy. Ah, someone came out. Report, report. Yeah, kind of interesting how he's spying on us, apparently. But, what was I going to say now? Yeah, Cloud is an interesting character. He's kind of the first Final Fantasy character you have in the series, which I think people really got all crazy over. I mean, Final Fantasy in general is, it seems like 7 is the start of where you really get, like, the dedicated fan bases and that kind of stuff. You know, when I joked about Tifa's boobs, I didn't expect it to be that much of a size difference. It is a big difference, man. They're bigger than you remembered, I guess. We're closed for today. All this stuff is still closed, though. But if we talk to the people over here, I think they have even more gossip about us. It involves that girl Tifa and her bar, the 7th Heaven. Uh-oh. Yeah, so I'm nosy. Sue me. Anyhow, I've got the scoop. Very. Oh, now the kid's glitching out behind. It's great. Well, she hangs around with a guy called Barrett and 3 of his goons. Every now and then, they cause trouble at the bar. Like, just throw someone out for nothing and rough up someone. When we saw them before, it looked like they were shooting out the place, which definitely doesn't seem like the best way to stay low-key, but that's Barrett for you. It's really suspicious, and the place smells like gunpowder or something. It's not safe, I'm telling you. They've just gotta be up to no good. Yeah, Avalanche isn't exactly subtle. It probably doesn't help that they're always loudly talking about their activities either. There's a TV in there, but that stingy old bat won't let us in. Come to think of it, there used to be a street TV here in Sector 7 slums. But Barrett busted it up. Bam, bam, bam! Out of nowhere with his gun. I think it was when President Shinra came on. He'll be on today's news too. And actually, if you read carefully there, he mentioned he shot with his gun arm. So, Barrett does have a gun for an arm. It may seem a bit strange, but we'll get to that later, huh? Yeah, things aren't looking so good for Tifa's TV today. Now, one thing you can see over here, which actually you probably won't be able to see it, but if you ever look at the model for this background, there actually is like a giant TV that hangs over Tifa's bar. And it seems like each sector in Midgar, it has like a giant TV which broadcasts. I guess it's something that Shinra installed in every sector to, I don't know, to try to like brainwash the local citizens. Probably runs their TV stations 24/7 with their fake news programming and all that. So it is interesting. If you ever look at the background sprite for that Sector 7 area, you can see a TV above it. It's just never on screen for a reason. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, every sector has one, until Barrett blows it up apparently. I think we talked to everyone we had to over there. Hopefully. You think I'm a little uptight? Not really. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to be nice to everyone here. See how that works out for us. Doesn't really make a big difference to the game overall. There's not really any branching storylines, except for one scene in particular. Actually, I think there's 2, maybe. Maybe some other minor things. I guess we'll see. Well, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I may be big, but I'm a coward at heart. Say anything else besides that? Okay, just the same thing. Now, there is a changed texture for the TV. I'm not really a big fan of them using the realistic model for the TV. It kind of looks out of place. But the rest of the room looks very nice. Oh, the Max Headroom pirated incident? Yeah, that is a very famous incident from, Jeez, how long ago was that now? That'd be like 30 years. Or more or something. Jesse, do you want to talk to me? Wow, look at the news. What a blast. Should there have been so much damage, though? I followed all the instructions on here. Unless I made a mistake. But yeah, that was a very interesting thing. I saw a video on it on YouTube. And it seemed to be, quite odd. It feels like that'd be something that would happen in this game. You think there'd be some kind of like storyline with Barrett trying to hijack the airweaves or something like that. Yo, Cloud, there's something I wanted to ask you. Was there anyone from Soldier fighting us today? No, none. I'm positive. Huh. Well, aren't you Mr. Confident? If you guys had fought with Soldier, you wouldn't be alive right now. Don't give me that crap, just because you are one of them. And Barrett has to be held back. But poor Biggs bears the worst of it. Yeah, you're strong. Maybe all them guys in Soldier are. But don't forget, your ass belongs to Avalanche now. Don't get no ideas about siding with the Shinra. Siding with Shinra? He asked me a question and I answered it, that's all. Uh-oh. I'm going back up. I want to talk about my money. Daddy, you're so cool. If you say so, Marlene. He kind of beat the crap out of Biggs for no reason. If anything, we probably deserved it. I guess he doesn't say anything else, huh? I kind of thought he did. Wait, Cloud. Tifa, let him go. Looks like he still misses Shinra. Shut up. I don't give a damn about Shinra or Soldier. But don't get me wrong. I don't care about the planet or Avalanche either. Aw, Cloud, how could you say such a thing? Maybe he'll talk to us now. Oh no, he's definitely not gonna talk to us like that, I guess. As funny as we could stand in his way and apparently get punched. And not be affected by it whatsoever. I don't think he'd get it back there to talk to Biggs. It's kind of out of reach. Please make up with everyone, okay? Yeah, I don't think we can do so. Money? Well, a lot of it was promised after all. Yeah, definitely. We had an agreement. I guess this means I'll have to review our budget. Ah! Oh no, it's Cloud. I think he heard me. What the hell, Jesse? So strange. Cloud. Say you don't care, but you're here talking to me. What you really want are friends. Right? If you say so. You just look kinda lonely. I think we're the same. I'm here if you need me, Cloud. Yeah, sure. Who dares say they do not care about our beloved Shinra Corporation? I mean, do you see what room we're in right now, JP? It's Avalanche headquarters. Of course they don't care about Shinra. Little emo boy Cloud. Yeah, and he does have those little emo outbursts every now and then. Although I still say Cloud is not anywhere near as bad as Squall's in Final Fantasy VIII. That kid I just cannot stand. Oh man. It's been a long time since I played that game though. And I have to wonder if maybe the translation is kind of like Final Fantasy VII, where it's not as good as it should have been. And maybe it's not as annoying in the actual original version. I don't know. Cloud, I'm asking you, please join us. Tifa, I'm sorry, but the planet's sick. Slowly but surely it's dying. Someone has to do something. Barrett and his buddies are on the case, aren't they? It's got nothing to do with me. So you're really leaving? You're just gonna walk right out on your childhood friend? What? How could you say that? And you forgot the promise. Uh-oh. A promise. Promise? And of course I have to bring back the quote I always use from Jingle All the Way. Always keep your promises if you want to keep your friends. Or in that case, your son, I guess, because technically it's about Arnold Schwarzenegger keeping the love of his son, so whatever. So, you did forget. Remember, Cloud? It was 7 years ago. Ah, here we go. Flashback scene. Look, the village water tower. Do you remember? It's funny how they're having like a shared flashback. They're both seeing the same exact thing in their mind. Yeah, back then. I thought you'd never come. It was getting a little cold. Sorry I kept you waiting. Well, you said you wanted to tell me something. Come this spring, I'm leaving the village for Midgar. All the boys are leaving, aren't they? I'm different from the rest. I'm not after any old job. I want to join Soldier. Look at that pose. So silly. I'm gonna be the best, just like Sephiroth. Sephiroth? The great Sephiroth? And there's our first mention of Sephiroth. We hear it 3 times in like a span of 2 lines. Isn't it hard to join Soldier? I won't be able to come back to the village for a while. I like how Tifa just laughs over there. At least it looks like a laughing animation. Maybe it's supposed to be something else. Will you make the headlines? I'll do my best. Hey, promise me something. If you become famous, and I'm ever in trouble, you'll come save me, alright? So I think Cloud and Tifa are supposed to be something like 15 years old here. Maybe 15 and 14, I don't know exactly what their ages are. What? If I'm ever in a bind, a hero will show up and come rescue me. I'd like to experience that at least once, wouldn't you? What? Cloud's like, that's such a specific thing. Why is this something you've always been wanting? Come on, promise me. Cloud is thinking, you do know that requires you to get in trouble in the first place. Wouldn't you just want to not be in trouble? Alright, I promise. I guess Tifa had some feelings for Cloud even back then. You know, it seemed like she wasn't exactly too close to him. Remember now, don't you? I promise. I'm not a hero, and I'm not famous either. I can't keep that promise. But you fulfilled your childhood dream and you joined Soldier. So, come on. You have to keep your promise. And Barrett just climbs out of there. Because he couldn't just use the arcade machine like anyone else. Or the pinball machine, whatever it is. Hey, wait a minute, big time Soldier. A promise is a promise. Here, take it. Obtain Barrett's savings. Oh, here we go. Now he has some actual money. 1,500 gil. This is my pay. You could do better than that. So you'll... Got the next job lined up? Double it, 3,000. What'd you just say? It's okay, it's okay. Listen. We really need all the help we can get, right? The rest is for Marlene's schooling. 2,000. Thanks, Cloud. I'm trying to think of how much we should stream. I might just do some stuff around town before we move on to the next part. Because I think after we leave town, things are kind of set in motion for the next probably hour or so of gameplay. Actually, it's probably not that long. Probably get by it a little bit quicker. But things tend to take longer when you're recording. Alright, let's see. Oh, look at this, we have Marlene behind the counter. And she wasn't going to talk to us anyway, so let's talk to Tifa. Good morning, Cloud. Sleep well. And yeah, we have some options to pick here. Of course, there's only one true option. So, next to you, Tifa, who wins? I don't know what you mean. Now, what's funny is, I mentioned how you get affection points with various characters, If you pick that, you actually do get more affection points with Tifa, so I guess she kind of likes that you say that, which is interesting to note. And actually, if you pick next to Barrett's snoring or whatever, Barrett's affection with you actually goes up for whatever reason. I don't know what that's all about, but sure, Barrett. Our target's the Mako Reactor 5. Head for the station. I'll fill you in on the training. Cloud, before the next mission, I got something I need to ask. See, thing is, I don't really know how materia works. I'll give you the one we found, just teach me how to use it. Oh boy. So, if you do this, you can get a whole tutorial on how to use the materia. Now, the thing is, materia is really, really simple to use. And the tutorial takes way too long, and is more complicated than it needs to be. I'm gonna say forget it, and I'll show you in like 30 seconds how to use the materia. So, that soldier's big secret, huh? Never mind. I'll suggest you later, but you're still handling the materia. Or handling the materia. Sure. There we go. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know how many things work. Materia's supposed to be such an important thing in the world, but apparently has no idea how to use it. I'm coming along with you this time. Oh yeah, Cloud. The guy on the second floor of the weapons store told me he had something for you. Don't forget. Ah, that's right. Marlene, the bar's in your hands. I like how we leave a little... I don't know, it should just be like 7 or 8 or something. But obviously a young girl in charge of a bar isn't usually the best idea. I guess it doesn't matter here in Mako in Midgar. So, materia. You get the option in the menu, you click the character you want to equip it on, and you equip it. Now, obviously you have limited slots, each character has their own, and it assigns magic spells to the characters. Also, equipping materia has an effect on your stats. It says it right there, there's a list of the abilities, there's a list of the effects. That's all you need to know, and materia levels up as you play the game. I don't know why I'm pointing, because you guys can't even see what I'm pointing at, but you have AP, you get AP after fights, and that's what increases your materia's level. That's pretty much all there is to it. There are some things to learn later on, but the game doesn't teach you. Like, there are certain combos you could use with different materia, but what's funny is the game doesn't even tell you how to do that. So, it's something you just have to figure out for your own. Now, when we get more items, we can equip more materia. Right now, we can't equip anything additional. Alright. Take care. You take care too, Marlene. What the hell? Can't believe this kid's in charge of the bar. At least she'll actually talk to us now. Have I seen Danganronpa V3? Adam, didn't you already ask me that question like the other time I played this game? And I told you, man, I played V3. We have a Let's Play series of it up on the channel. So I'm pretty sure I have seen V3. Just saying. Yeah, if you haven't known, we played a little bit of V3 over the years. Albeit we did play it relatively slowly. Ah, here we go. Another slow day. Well, it's a slow day no more. You have a business transaction to make. You see my point. Oh, what's kind of cool about this scene here is they actually have added the price of various items to the actual posters. So I'm not sure what that is, because it is in Japanese. I guess that's a potion, which is 80 gil. I'm not sure what the other things are. Some are the materia, obviously. I don't know what the thing on the left is. Oh, it might be a Phoenix Down. No, I think a Phoenix Down would be more expensive than 50 gil, though. Huh. Let's hope it's selling medicine to something like this. Oh. Would you look at that? You telling me you're a customer? Great, welcome. Hey, how dare you? We're loaded now. Barrett paid us, we got our money. We're here to buy. The girl with gray hair, was that the maid? I forget her name. Oh, it was Kurumi, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, so 50 gil is for the potion. It's the antidote, which is 80 gil. Okay. Well, that's kind of confusing. I don't know if we want to buy any of these things here. I don't have to worry about getting poisoned yet. I don't think we do. We're gonna want to have fire eventually. Oh my god, it's so expensive. I forgot how expensive the material was. Alright, this might be a little bit of a problem here. So we definitely want to have lightning for the mechanical enemies. We want to have fire for the human enemies, because biological creatures are weak to fire in this game. It's good to have at least one of each. I feel like in the beginning of the game, we're gonna have mostly human enemies. Probably some mechanical too when we're in the Shinra areas. I think fire's probably gonna be more useful. Maybe. Alright, let's see. Let's equip our characters here. Give you fire. Give you fire. Oh, you only have one Tifa? Well, I think we could fix this, actually. Let's go to the other store, now I know what we have in store here. Too poor. Yeah, I guess we do need more money. Well, we're not gonna have a lot of options right now, anyway. Actually, we might find something in the store above us. I mean, not on the store, but on the second floor of this building. I think this gives us a materia slot for each item, so let's get 3 of these. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, excellent. Technically, yeah, all the areas that are on the surface, I guess you could say, they are all the port areas, so it does make sense. And yeah, I mean by Shinra areas, specifically like the reactors, other areas that you infiltrate later on, which would kind of be a spoiler if I mention them now. Alright, so everyone has an additional slot now. I should note, on the equipment, you see that you have... Can I have, let me see it. Is there a... Yeah, okay, I can show the mouse cursor. So over here, we have the slots, obviously, for the items, the material that we can equip. There's also a section down here which says growth. Right now, all we have is normal growth. Eventually, you can get items that have double growth, and I think maybe even triple growth eventually. And that means you get triple the AP, or double the AP, for the material that's equipped after every battle. So that's something important to note. Now, let's see. Got that equipped. Okay, I equipped them already. Lightning and ice. I'm gonna give... Actually, let's give Cloud fire. And, I feel like Barrett's usually good for physical attacks, so we're probably not going to be using the magic too much anyway. So give him the ice. Give Tifa... Restore, I guess. Or I can give it to Cloud. Cloud's got a lot more magic. Tifa's a couple levels below us, wow. Interesting. You know what, Adam, I'm not going to answer that because I think with Danganronpa, it's a game where it's kind of left open for interpretation and for you to form your own opinions. So if you see Mondo Owada as a good guy, or a bad guy, or what I would view as someone he's like kind of like a gray character. He's not really good or bad, he's a human who's in a very difficult situation. He's in like it's hard to be moral in a situation like that. It definitely tests your willpower. So it's hard to say if he's a good guy or a bad guy. And I think it's definitely something which everyone needs to decide for themselves. What was I doing here? Oh yeah. I was going to sell some of the things that we don't need anymore. These we'll never need again. Get some of the money back at least. Oh, did this guy have something for me? I forget. I don't think you could learn what I know in one evening. Hey, newbie. Sorry, my buddy on the second floor will teach you instead. Oh. Alright, never mind then. Alright, I didn't mean to talk to him a second time there. That's my bad. What the hell was that all about? Welcome to Beginner's Hall. You say you're a beginner, but your eyes say you're not. Don't mess with me. I was a soldier. I'll tell you what I know and for free. Yeah, hear that? Cloud is not into these marketing schemes. He knows everything and he's giving away the knowledge for free. The thing is, we're not really going to go through any of these. I know how they work. If you guys really want to know how they work, well, you could either get the game for yourself and play it and find out, or you could watch another video which shows everything off. Maybe I'll make another video on this in the future, but for now, this would just be a waste of time. Actually, I'm kind of curious here. After I just said all that, what is other advice? Because I don't know what that means offhand. What is other advice? This is just common sense, but I'll go over it. Don't open the CD drive or swap disks before you're told to. Wow, thanks for that, Cloud. That is very important information. If you do open the drive, I can't guarantee what will happen. Yeah, Cloud clearly doesn't recall that no one uses CD drives anymore. Does the dog talk to us? Apparently he does. Basic controls. Well, we don't really need to know about the basic controls, but thanks for that anyway. Yeah. Thanks for explaining what Alt F4 does. A finger, what's with you? I'm the position cursor. Call on me whenever you're walking around lost. Press select and I'll follow you around, above your spiky head. Jeez, you stand out even more than I do. Am I in the way? Just press select again. Alright, I didn't mean to get into all this. It might not look like it, but I'm a pretty busy guy? I mean, it is kind of interesting, the weird dialogue they put in the game just for a simple tutorial like this. Don't get angry if I'm not around. Bye for now. Alright. Positioning cursor, press select. Yeah, we get it. How many times are you gonna explain the same damn thing, game? Red triangles mark the exits, and green triangles mark the ladders. Now you can keep your cool in dark alleys and on steep mountains. Thanks, game. Ooh, materia. Obtained all materia. Yeah, that's why you want to come here. You get free materia. And there's only a few of these that you could find, so it's good to find. Actually, you might be able to buy them later on, but it's definitely going to be the only one we have for a while. Wow, you got one right off the bat. That was a materia. Next, open this treasure chest. If you say so. Obtained ether. Anything else? Now listen. Hidden in treasure chests are a lot of handy items. They also come in bottles and bags, so make sure you don't overlook anything. Alright, is that all? Can I get past this? I guess I cannot talk to this guy now. Well, I don't have anything to say anyway. I'm sure. Speaking of spiky hair, I love how Cloud, Prompto, and Sora all have spiky blonde hair. Yeah, it seems like they kind of have a common theme in these games, don't they? What you doing, lady? This is the so-called save point. Why is it the so-called save point? You sound like you're skeptical. You could save your progress with it or rest up using a tent. They also have another use, but it's a secret for now. Something to look forward to, huh? If you get wiped out, you get started over from the save point. So there's no need to worry, even in a hopeless situation. This is jumping the gun a bit, but when you leave Midgar, spoilers, the world map allows you to save anywhere. Remember that. Alright. Hello, I am the aforementioned save point. I believe we shall meet again somewhere along the road. I look forward to seeing you then. And I'm the treasure chest. You bunch of beginners better make sure to keep your eyes peeled for me. This game does such weird stuff sometimes. Like, what the hell was that scene supposed to be? The stupid save point is just like, oh, hello, I am the save point, and I'm the treasure chest. Alright, game. Sure, whatever. Yeah, let's keep saving here. I guess we'll go over the other saves. Try to go in order. Almost as annoying as Navi. Yeah, let's not get carried away. It's not that bad. Should I talk to any of these guys? I'm pretty sure they don't give you anything. Yeah, I think it's all more just tutorials. I think we found the one thing that we needed, and that was the all materia. So let's just dip out of here. Now we can rest up there again if we wanted to. I don't think that's necessary. How was our money? Alright, so 520 gold. I don't think we can afford any more materia, can we? I think it all costs either 600 or more. I'll double check. Let's see. Yep. Well, that kind of sucks. We'll pick up some antidote in case we run into trouble. Let's get 2 for now. Phoenix Down, we're going to try to not die. Otherwise, it's very expensive to use Phoenix Downs, especially in the beginning. So we won't bother with any more for now. Alright, we'll save our money for getting more material later, I guess. But for now, we don't really have an option here. What? I keep accidentally clicking on things again, I guess. I had to take it easy on the buttons. Alright, and I don't think there's anyone else to talk to in town. Oh wait, there might be a little bit here. Everyone runs off. This lady will not talk to me. What are you guys doing over here? The whole sector was listening from outside the bar yesterday. Tifa's childhood friend? I can't believe it. What are you trying to say about that? I hope Johnny doesn't get hurt by some floozy. That's what's worrying me the most. Yeah, this is the start of the Johnny quest line. Not Johnny Quest, Johnny's Quest, I guess. The whole sector was listening from outside the bar yesterday. Okay, same thing here. Seems like most characters only have one line. Oh, he's leaving. Won't play tricks with me now. Let's see what Johnny has to say about this. I'm off on a trip that'll make me a better man. And so, it's goodbye. Hey, childhood friend, take good care of Tifa for me. Alright. I don't know what's the deal with everyone making fun of the fact that we're supposed to be Tifa's childhood friend. I guess they're all kind of skeptical and think that we're supposed to be more than friends or something like that. It's kind of weird though. Nothing new. Alright, never mind. Alright, stop saying that. This lady went inside, so I think we have more dialogue in here. Oh, has my sun set off yet? With just the wife and I, it's gonna be pretty lonely around here. Oh, he's still young and should follow his heart. Still, we can't help but worry. I guess we weren't ready for this. By the way, where are you from? Some interesting options here. But we're gonna go with the straightforward option. We're from a village called Nibelheim. We get a little bit more insight into Cloud's backstory. You can see what village he came from, even though it doesn't mean a whole lot to us right now. Oh, Nibelheim. Wasn't it in the news a few years back? An accident involving a Mako reactor. Yes, I remember now. It was the first major accident involving a reactor. Everyone was talking about it. And so we get even more elaboration behind some of the stuff going on behind Cloud's history. Oh, well, would you mind leaving the two of us alone now? I want to enjoy some quiet time with the wife. Okay. I guess we'll let him and his wife have some quiet time together. It's a little weird. He gave us nothing but trouble, but now that he's gone, we'll miss him. Strange, isn't it? And she has nothing much to say, I guess. Do you have some items in here? There's only a few times in the game we can actually come in here. But I guess there really isn't anything much. I actually have seen it a few times, but it was all a long time ago, so I wouldn't really remember too much about it. I like how he has a little jacket there, ride or die. Nice. There's probably an added detail that they made, because I think this is a whole... This interior is completely new. I think they remodeled it from scratch. It's not just an up-res. Pretty neat, though. Nice attention to detail. Oh, now they're out and doing stuff. They have different dialogue now. Yeah, that swine Johnny. Gone, just like that. Years of rivalry. Truth is, I'm a lonely guy when I'm not drinking. What's the point in getting all this juicy gossip if no one will listen to it? Hey, Mr. I'm not interested. Next time I'll have something that'll pique your curiosity. You just wait and see. But you don't actually have anything, do you? Oh well. What's this kid doing? I can get this far, but then I'm too scared to ask her. I'm still just a no-good kid. And I guess this kid here is supposed to have a crush on Marlene. Interesting all the little relationship dynamics they have going already. And I think that's pretty much everything. All these guys here, I don't think they have anything different to say. The ones that are actually inside the buildings anyway. Our favorite guards are still on duty. Sir, I've got some tickets for Loveless. Wanna go? Are you joking? Midgar's on high alert. Are you saying that you're worried about me? Hell no. But in case you've forgotten, those terrorists are lurking in the slums. We can't let our guard down for a single second. What? Avalanche? They're nothing to worry about. Soldiers been deployed, remember? This guy is way too relaxed to be a member of Shinra. I'm not sure of all the different divisions that they have of the Shinra army. Obviously, those two aren't in Soldier. They're in, I guess, whatever the lower ranks would be, or maybe they're just supposed to be like the local law enforcement. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Oh, okay, all these slots are empty. That's good. You can stop saving over everything every time we go there. Nothing new up here. Let's see. We might be ending things soon. Like I said, once we board the train, we'll have some action taking place for probably at least a decent chunk of time. So I don't want to get too wrapped up in all that. I've had enough. Me too. You know, this is the first time we've ever agreed on something. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but they just both pass out. Very strange. This is what a lot of early Final Fantasy games are like. They have some pretty bizarre sequences and jokes like that. It's probably some Japanese humor. Yeah, they all run in whenever we go to talk to them. Before we can even talk to them. Good morning. It's a new day, but nothing's changed, has it? You be careful now. Come on back, you hear? Well, aboard, the train's about to depart. I'm not going to board the train just yet. I would probably say my favorite Final Fantasy game would probably be Final Fantasy VI. There's a couple of Final Fantasy games which I find very good. Towards the top tier Final Fantasy games, I'd probably list 6, Final Fantasy IX, 7 would be up there as well, and then I'm not too sure, but that would definitely be kind of like the start of it. And I think usually I say 6 is my favorite, but it can vary every now and then. There are different things I like about the different games. So I think I am going to leave the stream here. I do want to show off this before we go. You can actually come over here, and you can see a little bit of the train graveyard. Actually, oh, we can get into fights over here too. Well, I guess we may as well finish. Oh, it's just this guy. Well, that shouldn't be too bad, especially since we have a limit break. And I did see Courage the Cowardly Dog, but again, that's another show which from so long ago, I probably remember very little detail about it. But I do recall it. I guess if I want to, how much money are we getting from this? 30 gil. I could grind up for a little bit of gil if I want to get some extra materia. I'm not sure how worth... I could probably do it for 1. Let's do that. We'll do a couple of battles. If we come down here, we have some more areas to explore. So let's look around. Do a few battles. Maybe we can see if we get enough money for some more materia. I think I usually like having 2 restore materias just because it makes it a little bit easier if you need to do some quick healing. I guess there's nothing else you get beyond this. So just have to walk in place for a bit. So yeah, I will be ending the stream soon. Maybe I'll do the grinding off screen. I don't want to waste your guys' time with some pointless grinding. But I'll do a little bit of grinding here just to get some money to buy some more items, which will mostly be the materia. And then when we reconvene, we'll get on the train, we'll do some of the next stuff. It's a pretty good time to break off the stream, because we will have some action going for, like I said, a decent amount of time. Because clearly we're going to do another reactor. That takes some time. And who knows, things may not go exactly according to plan. And if you have seen Final Fantasy before, you probably have some idea of what I mean. It's probably going to take quite a few battles though. So yeah, I think I will, I'll save up here, and I'll do the rest of the fights off screen. Let's see. So how do I feel about Final Fantasy 15? I didn't really play too much of Final Fantasy 15. I'll explain in a bit. Let me just save the game first. We can just save over this one here. It's the same spot. So Final Fantasy 15, I played about an hour of it, and it was for the PlayStation, the PS4 of course. And I didn't really get too far into it, mostly because, one, I was really looking forward to when it came out on the PC, and I had a feeling it's going to come on the PC eventually. It took like a year and a half though before it finally came on the PC. And I do have it on the PC. I have always meant to play it again, because I only played maybe about an hour or so. I did a few videos on Final Fantasy 15, but not too many. So it is something I'd like to get back to at some point and try to play the rest of. It's just kind of like, now that it's been so much time has passed since the release of the game, I haven't really played it, and it's been hard to get back into it since it's kind of an older game now. I should do some streams of it. I think that would be a good idea. Maybe, I don't know how long it's going to take to stream a Final Fantasy VII. Probably it's going to take a while. But maybe after I finish streaming Final Fantasy VII, I'll do some Final Fantasy 15 and try to do that at last. Because it could be fun. I've heard a lot of mixed things about Final Fantasy 15, so I think it would be at least worth looking into. There's some things about it that I thought were promising. I think the problem is the combat was very different from what I was used to with the other Final Fantasy games, so I need to take some time to learn it and get used to it. I think once I have a better grasp of it, I won't be as frustrated as I was by it when I first played it. At least, that's what I hope. Who knows how it'll actually work out. But I'm going to end the stream here for the night. I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this little taste of Final Fantasy VII. It is very good and very... It's very relaxing to have finally gotten this out of the way and have done a working stream of this game, because it has taken quite a bit of troubleshooting and trying, retrying, trying again. But it looks like we finally got it working. This stream worked without pretty much any problems, except for the fact that I forgot to put in the audio in the very beginning. But thankfully we got that fixed, and it looks like moving ahead, we shouldn't have too much trouble. So once again, guys, thanks for stopping by, have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Till then, farewell.